BJ from Game Gumbo. I've got my guests here, Carla. Steve and I are talking to Carla Kopp from Weird Giraffe Games and Galactic Raptor Games, and you and I have played a game. Steve, I don't think you've played this, but Carla, you've played Rap Godz.
I have.
All right, so I got some comments from Meepletown a couple of weeks ago, right before our vacation. So I'm curious to hear, what do you think of Amari and Hamu's game, Rap Godz?
I liked it a lot. It was actually so I thought it would be heavier than it was, but it was actually pretty I wouldn't say gateway, but close to gateway. Which I
think that's what they were going for.
Yeah.
I also thought that because when I took a look at the board, I remember thinking, seeing the pictures on social media, and they actually demoed this game and another game at Southern Board Game Fest last year. And I remember seeing the board going, wow, that looks like a pretty medium weight Euro. And then I got the game in, and I was like, wait, this is, it's not Ticket to Ride, but it's like the next level. It's like, I love New York 1901. It's a game that the Fitches like too. And it's not Ticket to Ride, but it's that next step for somebody that plays Ticket to Ride. And I remember thinking that, well, this is, and it kind of relaxed me. I was like, oh, great. This is a game I'm just going to enjoy. We're going to tell a story while we're playing this game. I'm not going to have, like Lisboa, 7 things to think about, and then I have to undo them because I did them wrong, right?
Yeah. And it was very calming.
I think that's tougher to do. Steve, you and I talked about before the show with Dr. Steve Finn. Steve Finn he's always looking to take stuff out of a game, right? Carla, I think sometimes it's tougher to make a simpler game that is still fun than it is to throw in a lot of mechanics. Just keep piling them on top of each other in an effort to make fun. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I definitely agree. That's almost all designers are let's fix a problem by adding in a bunch of stuff. And being able to be oh, okay, what is the good part of the game? What is necessary, and what, let's take out all the rest. That's the hard part.
So some people who get that and do that really well. I think Steve does that well. I also see Phil Walker Harding does that, kind of distill it down, get the basics across, and make it work wonderfully.
So for people who haven't played Rap Godz, can you give them the elevator pitch? What's the game about?
So you are going through, there's the 3 different aspects of your character. I think the vocals and money and another thing.
Fame or reputation or something like that. I can't remember what it is. Yeah.
Something like that.
Skills, right?
Yeah. So you're going through and you are getting all these 3 different kind of resources. If you're the first one to get around, you'll get 1 bonus thing, which is a minor thing. But what you're doing is really telling the story of your character. You have a life event each time, and those are the things that are on the screen now. They'll get you certain things, the one on the left will get
some
you
new kicks.
Yeah. You do that. They each have a different color. Oh, street cred, skills, and swag.
Thank you, Jay.
So yeah, that's what the streets is. The street cred. But yeah, so you're getting all these 3 different resources, and to have certain life events, some of them have requirements as you go along. But there's also the set collection mechanic in it, where your character might give you bonus points if you play only gray and green life events. The board also says there's 3 different cities usually, or players plus 1.
Exactly, players plus 1 if I remember right.
Yeah, where they'll give you bonus points at the end for either having the most blue or the least blue. That sort of thing. So you want to work with what your character has. Each character has a special power too, and go to what the board has, because there's also you get bonus points for doing special things on the side that change each game.
Those 5 little awards, those circles on the side. Yeah.
Yeah, so you want to try to balance the whole what gets in-game points, what gets the bonus circles on the side, and also what does your character want the most.
I also love the fact that as you go around the board, you're kind of racing to get those cool little special bonuses, and it's that positive reinforcement that I think Jamie Stegmaier does really well with Stonemaier games, where it's that, I just got to get 2 more, and then I'm going to get this cool reward. And even if you're not playing that well, like I was when I played Rap Godz, even though I wasn't playing well, every time I was able to hit those benchmarks or score, in other words, qualify for one of those awards, it had that positive reinforcement that I really enjoy in games.
Yeah.
I was impressed, man. Rap Godz was pretty cool. And what I always love is seeing someone that takes really a lot of attention to detail. And Hamu, I mean, if you look at this stuff, the gold records that you earn as points, even the backs of them, which could have been just plain cardboard or the Rap God symbol like so many games would have. No, look at that. They have a little wire so you can hang your awards up on the wall. See that little wire? I mean, that's just that's just
cool.
classic.
Am I seeing a Cthulhu wrapper there?
It's a Cthulhu wrapper at the bottom, and look, it's a stormtrooper.
Old school old ones.
The old school old ones, and then look, Strider. It's like a stormtrooper wrapper on the left side. So I pulled those out because it's got, I think that is Omari on the top, and then the other two cards are just kind of cool. So I like it when designers and graphic artists like Hamu really take care to pay attention to detail like that. And the game was just a pleasure to put out on the table and fun. As long as you go in knowing it's a light game, if you're thinking, hey, I want this is going to be my next medium heavy game, you might be disappointed. Maybe that's not the game for you. But if you still like playing like I do, like playing family weight games, a game you could throw around the table and teach anybody, then that's one of the things that I like. What do you think, Carla?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think it's like replaced my other like gateway games as like if I don't know if people have played games before, I'll introduce them to this game because like, it's very easy. Like, can you understand colors and the 3 resources? You'll most likely be able to understand this.
Set collection and moving around the track, right? You can teach everybody that.
Yeah.
Well, and you get to tell a story.
Yeah, you tell a story and like a super different theme. Like everyone's heard rap music or like has listened to music before because it's like it's not just rap. So like, I mean, very different theme, like high production quality, very simple. Why not?
I think it is I think it plays in about an hour, right?
Yeah.
Carla, as I recall.
So.
I never really timed it, but it doesn't overstay its welcome. So it seems like it's right in that hour mark, maybe a little bit over.
Depends on player count. I think it can be like I think 40 to 60 minutes. I think the box.
That sounds right.